Good morning, dear student. In this video lecture, I will be discussing new chapter, that is chapter number 2, integer. I have already discussed rational number and I have given some of the formulas, some of the properties I have discussed there. I hope there won't be any problem in understanding those two properties, those two properties, whichever, how many number of properties I gave right now, I don't remember. So I just wanted to begin with this chapter, integer, so that it will be helpful to understand the other remaining parts and other remaining chapters. So, integer. So, what is an integer? First of all, let me tell you about natural number, which I have already discussed in first lecture of rational number. Natural number means all the counting numbers, that means it starts from 1, 2, 3 and up to infinity. These all are natural numbers. Now what is whole number? Counting numbers including 0 are called whole numbers. That is, the number starts from 0, 1, 2 and up to infinity it will go. Now we have integer which is represented by either I or Z. So I and Z. Integer. So all the counting numbers, whole numbers and negative of the integer or natural numbers are said to be integers. Whole numbers and its negative, whole number and its negative part is called integer. So the number will be like minus infinity, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to positive infinity. So from here to here we called it as natural number. If we add from 0 up to this side, then it is whole number, and if we add from here, then it is called positive integer, and here positive integer, and from here to here it is negative integer, and from here to here it is called as integer, that is I or Z. Now you don't get confused with the alphabet I, Z. In some of the books you will see integer is represented by I, and in other books you will see integer is represented by Z. So to represent an integer we can either use capital I or capital Z. So don't get confused, my dear students, that why sir has written I, Z in the last line, whereas he has written only I. So here also I can write Z, here also I can write Z, positive Z, negative Z. So there is no difference between I and Z. It only represents the set of integers. Now we will see representation of integers on number line. Representation of integers on number line. So how do we represent any integer on a number line? So the first and foremost thing that we will do is first to draw a line, and I hope all of you know the definition of line. A line is a connecting points. It is connecting through each and every individual points. There are infinite number of points, when these infinite points are written in such a way that it form like a line, and then it is denoted by arrow on both the ends. I hope this part you remember. I have taught you in class 7, in class 6, sorry, that what is the definition of line, what is a line segment. Line segment is a part of a line, whereas line is the connecting all the infinite points connected in such a way that it looks like a straight path, and at both the ends there should be an arrow. So this is a line. And how to represent this? Here we are having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -1, -2, -3, -4. You can go up to this side infinity, you can go up to this side positive infinity. Now why I am writing this three dots? 3 dot means the line is going up to this end. There is no limit. There is no limit. Or else this arrow also signifies that both the side the line can be stretched like a elastic. Now if I want to say represent number 5, represent number 5 on the number line. So how you are going to represent this 5 on a number line? You have to draw a number line. On the positive side as well as negative side, you have to mark some numerical values, and then you have to see where is 5, and then draw a circle, solid circles. You should not draw like this. It should be colored, filled one. This should be there. This is wrong. This is incorrect. This is the correct method. Whenever we have to draw, we have to mark like that. Now second, if I ask mark -1, -1 is here. So here again we will mark like this. Mark -5 or 3. Okay, mark -3. 3 -3 is here. 0. So 0 is here. Like this. So in this manner, you are going to represent the numbers on a number line. Now there will be another method also. There will be another type of question. This was just a simple problem that how we mark one particular number. Now there is one question in our exercise 1A, question number 1, which I will be discussing later on, but right now I will be discussing the next part, that what is absolute value.